What career did you want when you were growing up? I've gone through a ton of different fantasies over the years. When I was, let's see. I'm trying to think of my earliest one. I remember one of my earliest. The earliest one that I can personally remember that lasted a long while, like through all of elementary school and most of middle school as well. My dream was to be a composer for video games. I wanted to make video game music. I wanted to learn to write instrumental music, and I wanted to do it for video games. That's all I wanted. Around late middle school, early high school, that kind of transitioned into wanting to be a game developer, like just do the whole all-rounder package of like every stage of it. And then around the early middle portion of high school, that's where I started to shift into different directions. I started music training in middle school around 13, like vocal training. And then I started taking it really, really, really seriously around sophomore year of high school, because that's where I was starting to really see the results of that effort. I was starting to see a lot more of like the rewards for the time I spent studying. So that's when I started thinking, oh, maybe I should pursue being a vocalist, you know? So there was a time throughout high school where I thought, I'm gonna go into opera. And then there was a portion where I was like, ooh, maybe I should actually go into musical theater. Maybe I could just work in like ensemble on Broadway. You know, maybe I could move to New York or something. There was a time when I wanted to just be a jazz singer for a cruise line. I wanted to like tour with boats and sing jazz for them. I had a bunch of different eras for a few years there where I couldn't decide what kind of vocal work I wanted to do, but I felt like I wanted to do something. But then junior year, senior year, I started to this is where I kind of hit my despair era. my bleak reality era. I was like, oh, these careers are terrible and unrealistic and I'm never gonna make it. Which is not necessarily true. It can be, sometimes it's what you need to think for yourself to choose a career that will like 100% work out, because there is admittedly a lot of risk that comes into play with any kind of creative career. Even if you don't make it big though, I firmly believe that you can still make a living in creative outlets if you work hard enough. But sometimes it's kind of soul crushing, so it's not for everybody. But yeah, around that point I hit my bleak era and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go into pre-med instead. So I took a ton of biology courses early through a college dual enrollment program. I took I probably shouldn't name exactly what the courses were, but they were all related to biology and human anatomy. I wanted to go into something medical. At the time I had a few thoughts. I thought of being an OBGYN, but then I was like, nah, I think that's probably not for me. I think it'd probably be better to just leave that to like for women to study, you know what I mean? And then I thought, maybe I could be an optometrist was another one that I had. I wanted to be an optometrist. I had a ton of different like little thoughts that I wanted there. And then when it came time to start registering for college, like applying to university, I just didn't end up doing it for a number of reasons. Most of them financial, to be honest with you, but it was also kind of like a directionless thing. I didn't know what I really wanted to do, and I felt like I never really, really wanted any of those medical careers. So I didn't end up going to university after that, and that's when I fell into the modeling industry. And now we're here. Now we're here. But I'm very happy to be here, honestly. I'm very happy that I didn't pursue any of the things that I thought of before, because if anything had come to fruition, I wouldn't be here. That being said, I have a ton of respect for people that do pursue any of the careers that I've thought of before. Not just pre-med, because you know that's tough. Studying pre-med is miserable. It's miserable work. But also people that go into like musical theater, for example. I have a ton of respect for people that follow these things, follow these dreams.